Where's your devotion? Where's your devotion?
Hi Aries, welcome to Maddie Tarot. I'm Maddie, and today we're going to be doing a general reading for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for November 15th through 30th, 2022. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everybody from front to back. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. You may need to swap roles throughout the reading. I am just reading energies and doing my best to decipher a story from the messages, so you may need to swap roles to make it apply, but do not overstretch yourself or overextend to make it fit to your story, okay? If it's not your story, it's not your story. And be sure to check out the placements because your messages could be there. So I've already pre-shuffled and cleansed the space, cleansed the decks, and meditated on the collective conscious of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. All right? So, what does Aries need to know? What does Aries need to know? Let's see. All right. Messages for Aries. We're going to start with a card for you. Judgment. Alrighty, and the person on your mind. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 of Swords. Past energy, recent past energy. The Page of Wands, present energy. Present energy. The 6 of Swords, intuition. Queen of Wands, challenge. The 5 of Swords, advice. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 8 of Wands. And then you've got your person on your mind. What are they thinking? How are they feeling? What's their next move? The Sun. And bias or caution. The King of Swords and guidance. The Lovers. At the bottom of the deck, you've got Justice. Okay. And a crystal card for Aries. Kyanite. Kyanite. Alrighty. A very special stone that retains no negative energy and never requires a cleansing. Kyanite is known to open the throat chakra and encourage self-expression and communication in our world and on the psychic plane. Also, it enhances hidden telepathic and psychic abilities. All right, Aries, what I'm getting is that you are thinking heavily of somebody at this time. You're trying to purge negative energy. Maybe you're holding on to a lot from a situation that had happened, and you are coming to terms with why it happened. You are seeing it in a new light, and you are really taking responsibility for the situation, taking responsibility for where you stand at this time, and finding the gratitude in the situation. So that's really good. So let's clarify here. You've got judgment here on your end, Aries. So judgment is accountability. It's awakening. It is enlightenment. It's seeing. You know, it's like it's pretty much looking at your side of the street and seeing, you know, what your role was and where you could have done better on something, or essentially it's looking at oneself and really getting down into the dirty details. So clarified judgment for Aries. You've got the Seven of Materials. Yeah, you're looking at how you showed up to this relationship. This person is in the Eight of Swords right now. It doesn't look like they are, doesn't look like they're very receptive at this time. They're pretty closed off and stuck in some sort of way of thinking. Maybe you guys aren't communicating. Let's see. Yeah, the Moon. They're stuck in they're feeling very insecure at this time. I'm getting you guys aren't in contact at this time. In the past, there was a lot of energy here, Page of Wands, a lot of passion, and you guys wanted the same things. You guys were in alignment, clarified by awakening, which is judgment in the regular deck. So it was kind of like you guys met each other and you guys both were like, oh, and you really were like, wow, we're so much alike. You guys may have even you know, I'm getting here that you guys kind of thought it was a perfect relationship because the person was so much like you, and you slowly came to find that that's actually not so much of a good thing when somebody's, so much like you. It causes a lot of clashing, actually. So, the Six of Swords here is the present energy. There's some lessons being learned. You learned something. For those of you who are still in a connection, it looks like it might be something that you're deciding to end here soon. Yeah, the Chariot. Um, so there's some sort so those of you who are in a connection, some of you might be ending it soon. Some of you might just be getting through a conflict and the conflict is ending. But either way, there was a long road here and some sort of victory was gained. So Aries, on your end here, judgment. You're looking at yourself and you're pretty much saying, okay, this was supposed to be my lesson. I look how I showed up to the garden, how I showed in to put my my work, the work in. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Materials, and this person, it looks like they feel pretty trapped at this time. They're largely in their head about their insecurities, the Moon and the Eight of Swords. That's a mental prison. This person maybe isn't being very communicative with you, or if they are, they're kind of snapping. But that's where I got the conflict from. So either you're in separation, or you guys are coming to the end of a conflict. In the past here, you guys had these such a similar dynamic. You got the Page of Wands. There's, you had this passion for each other, and then there's this realization that's like, oh, I'm like you, you're like me. We're gonna get along well. We're gonna, that's the message I'm getting here. And then in the present now here, look, there's this long road and this like bumpy road. It's a bumpy ride. There's a victory here though, and so some sort of lesson has been learned, and there's a transition. You're moving forward. So either that's without this person, and or you guys are already in separation, or it's the conflict regarding maybe this person's insecurities and something that was caused in that regard. Well, the Knight of Materials just flipped out here, so clarifying the Queen of Wands in your intuition. So your intuition is telling you that you need to be confident. You need to be radiant, vibrant, shine your light, and slow and steady wins the race. Be committed to your best self at this time. Practice the best qualities you have within you, and finding, like I was saying earlier, finding the gratitude, and speaking your truth. The kyanite here in the beginning of the reading talks about opening the throat chakra. Okay, so a challenge is Five of Swords, so some sort of conflict. Maybe this person's causing conflict. Maybe this person's contacting you. If you're already in a connection and you guys are resolving this conflict, it looks like it will be over soon. So that's good. Whether or not you're about to make a decision, you're about to commit to some sort of decision with confidence based on your intuition, or your intuition's asking you to do that. The Page of Inspiration, which is the Page of Wands. So your challenge, yes, is Your challenge is to transcend the fights and bring back that passion, that level of passion you once had, whether or not that's within your own life and you're following a new goal or within the connection. But your advice here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 of Wands to make some sort of change. And it's a rapid change, it's going to move quickly. It's clarified by the Three of Inspiration. It's that's the Three of Wands. It's something that is a bold decision to do, but it's going to reap. You're going to reap your benefits, reap a reward from it. There's the Queen of Emotions here, clarifying the Sun for your person. It looks like the majority of you are mending something. Actually, all of you are mending something at this time. But it's not all of you is with uh, I'm sorry, for all of you it's not within a relationship for all of you. So what I mean by this is, so there's confidence here, you're gaining confidence, you're looking at things differently, and you're kind of saying like, okay, I got a pretty good grip on this. Knight of Materials, you are going slow, putting one foot in front of the other. This is a slow moving knight, but it is dedicated, it's hard work, it's commitment. There is an action being taken slowly but surely, okay? Your intuition is asking you to do that, if not already. You've got to transcend these fights or these conflicts that you've had. Extract the lesson, go deeper, see what was really going on underneath the surface, and maybe understand that this passion, this could have been a very heated arguments, but in the heat of the moment, things aren't, may fly out of your mouth and you don't really mean them. And so look at the deeper meaning of things in regard to this, and learn how to let go of some things. People say things based on how they're feeling. It's not necessarily personal. Nothing's ever personal, really, but if we really want to get down to it. But some sort of change is being made here. There's rapid change, and this is in regard to something bigger that you have been, you want to make a bold decision to go towards. So this your advice is you need to make some sort of change, make some sort of decision, bold decision to move forward. So what I'm speaking about, the healing, is that if you guys are not in a connection, it looks like once you're able to let this go, whatever happened, that will energetically shift things. Because when we hold on to something, the other person tends to also feel some sort of pull, some sort of um, it's like an energetic exchange, really. And the sun here, clarified by the Queen of Emotions. So happiness, vibrancy, um, just radiance, jubilee. And then we've got the Queen of Emotions, which is the Queen of Cups, healing, nurturing, caring, loving. So for those of you in a connection, it looks like once you solve the conflict, this person, it really helps them get out of their insecurities and out of their head and out of that Eight of Swords energy that we had up here. So you're either healing with this person, and that's really going to help them on their healing journey, or you guys have already split, you're on your own healing journeys and lessons, and it looks like you kickstart some sort of energetic shift. This person could be a divine counterpart of yours, and maybe this is the moment of reconciliation. Maybe you guys are coming back together at this time, so that is a possibility. I'm getting that very, very little here, though. King of Swords here is your bias, so you're largely logic over heart most of the time, and it seems like that's something you've become aware of, and so you've started tapping in deeper, because the King of Swords here is all about the mind, and they're very, he's very blunt, if you will. It could also mean some harsh words. So maybe you have some bias about like the things that were said to you, but you're not considering how you kind of dished it back. The Queen of Materials here, that's about receiving. So I'm getting here, your bias is in regard to, and the Queen of Materials is also supportive of like her partner. So your bias here is in regard to the way you consider what was said to you, or how the fight went with you and what offended you. You're not considering how you essentially in support gave that same energy back to that person. and I'm getting here that maybe that's what you're kind of transcending at this time, and you're understanding better, which is what is facilitating this change. Now, your guidance here is the Lovers. So, like I said earlier, I think this is, you might be coming back together with somebody, um, but definitely there's a healed connection here. So, those of you in a connection who are working on something together, there's definitely a healing moment that comes, and it's very much an epiphany, and it's very much a great step in the right direction. For those of you who are separated from your partner and do not plan on contacting them, or like it's an ex, and you're just gonna, it looks like you finally find gratitude and wish them well, and your heart will be open again to new love. Eight of Cups here, look, walk away. So walking away could mean from just a situation or some sort of conflict or energy within the connection. It doesn't mean necessarily walking away from the person fully. But like I was saying, your heart will open up again. If you're not planning on contacting this person. If you are working on trying to contact this person and reconcile, it looks like they will be receptive to it. And what I'm getting here essentially with the Eight of Cups is that you guys were in this separated energy, and you're walking away from it toward each other. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck here, you've got Justice, and at the bottom of this deck, you've got the Knight of Emotions. So it looks like something is set right here in regard to the way you show up in love, in relationships, and partnership. Okay, so something is set right, and the scale is rebalanced. All right, so let's get some inner guidance messages for Aries. Let's see, Aries. Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. Soften and open. Initiate. Strengthen courage. And perfect. Alrighty. So, it looks like transcending this fight, transcending this pain, and finding the gratitude in the conflict, and seeing what you could take and extract from it and what lesson was here. You've softened your heart and opened your heart and opened your mind. You've become more open-minded in regard to taking in new perspectives in that regard. Strength and courage. It took a lot of strength and courage for you to do that and to get to this moment. In order for you to be vulnerable, vulnerability is the pinnacle of strength. This is something that you initiated. You pushed yourself to do this, and it's honestly gonna work out perfect. And also, I'm getting here a little bit with the word perfect is that, like, you've understood that nobody's perfect, and that nobody needs to be perfect, and nobody can be perfect. So this is a lovely healing moment for you, Aries, whether or not you are healing and moving on fully, letting this go, not letting it affect you in the present anymore, or healing and moving back toward this person. Like I said, it looks like they will be receptive, and or whether, or if you're in a connection, it looks like you guys are finally getting over a conflict or a problem that has been ongoing for a while now. So I love it. I love to see it. So that is all I have for you today, Aries. I really hope it helped. Thank you.
Feel like we've reached a crossroads. Ooh, don't you hate them ultimatums? But we need a revelation to save us. Stuck in the moment, it seems. The more I think, the more I don't know. I'm looking for a sign. Where's your devotion?